Imagine a criminal makes $10 million from illegal activity. He can't just walk into a bank and deposit it, and he definitely can't buy a mansion or a yacht with cash stuffed in duffel bags without every red flag in the financial system going off. So how do criminals turn dirty money into money they can actually use, spend, and enjoy without getting caught? That process has a name: money laundering. And it's one of the most fascinating and dangerous systems hiding inside the global economy. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what money laundering is, how it actually works, and why it's so difficult for authorities to stop. What is money laundering? Money laundering is the process of making illegally obtained money appear legitimate. The term comes from a simple idea. Just like laundering clothes removes dirt, laundering money cleans it of its illegal origin, making it look like it came from a legal source, like a business, an investment, or a salary. Once money is cleaned, criminals can use it freely, buy property, invest it, or spend it, without raising suspicion about where it actually came from. Why does money laundering happen? Criminal activities like drug trafficking, corruption, fraud, and organized crime generate massive amounts of cash. But that cash is essentially useless in large quantities, because banks, governments, and financial institutions are required by law to report large or suspicious transactions. If a criminal deposited $10 million in cash directly into a bank account, it would immediately trigger investigations. So instead, criminals need a way to disguise the money's origin, making it appear as though it came from a legitimate business or source. That disguise process is money laundering, and it typically happens in 3 key stages. The 3 stages of money laundering: the first stage is called placement. This is where illegal cash first enters the financial system. This might involve depositing small amounts of cash across multiple bank accounts to stay under reporting thresholds, or funneling money through legitimate-looking businesses that primarily deal in cash, like restaurants, car washes, or casinos. These businesses can claim boosted revenue that never actually happened, allowing illegal cash to blend in with real earnings. The second stage is called layering. This is where things get complex. The goal of layering is to distance the money as far as possible from its criminal origin, using a series of complicated transactions. This might involve transferring money between multiple bank accounts, often across different countries, converting cash into financial instruments like stocks or bonds, or creating shell companies, businesses that exist only on paper, with no real operations, purely to move money through layers of ownership. Each transaction adds another layer of separation, making the money's original source harder and harder to trace. The third and final stage is called integration. This is where the laundered money re-enters the economy looking completely legitimate. At this point, the money might be used to purchase real estate, invest in legitimate businesses, or simply appear as normal income, wages, business profits, or investment returns. Once fully integrated, the money looks indistinguishable from money earned legally, and the criminal can use it freely. Real-world methods used in money laundering. While the 3-staged process explains the theory, in practice money laundering takes many creative forms. One common method is using cash-intensive businesses, as mentioned earlier, where illegal profits are mixed with real revenue from businesses like nightclubs, laundromats, or vending machine companies, since it's difficult to verify exact cash sales. Another method involves real estate. Criminals purchase properties, often through shell companies, then resell them, making the profits appear to come from real estate and investment rather than crime. Trade-based laundering is another sophisticated method, where criminals manipulate invoices for imported or exported goods, overstating or understating prices to move money across borders disguised as normal trade transactions. In the modern era, cryptocurrency has also become a tool for laundering, since some transactions can be harder to trace, especially when funds are moved rapidly across multiple digital wallets and exchanges. Why money laundering is so hard to stop? Money laundering is incredibly difficult for authorities to detect and prosecute for several reasons. Modern laundering schemes often span multiple countries, each with different laws, banking regulations, and levels of cooperation with international investigators. Shell companies can be legally registered in countries with strict corporate secrecy laws, making it nearly impossible to identify who truly owns or controls them. Additionally, the sheer volume of global financial transactions, trillions of dollars moving daily, makes it extremely challenging for regulators to flag every suspicious pattern without disrupting legitimate business activity. How governments fight money laundering to combat this? Most countries have established anti-money laundering laws, commonly known as AML regulations. Banks and financial institutions are legally required to verify customer identities, a process known as Know Your Customer, monitor transactions for suspicious patterns, and report large or unusual transactions to financial authorities. International organizations also play a major role in fighting money laundering globally, working with countries to strengthen financial regulations, share intelligence, and pressure nations with weak enforcement to improve their laws. Despite these efforts, money laundering remains an ongoing global challenge, as criminals constantly adapt their methods to stay ahead of new regulations and detection technology. The real-world impact of money laundering isn't just a technical financial crime. It has real consequences on economies and societies. It allows organized crime, corruption, and even terrorism to be financially sustained. It can distort real estate markets, artificially inflating property prices in cities where criminal money flows into real estate. It undermines trust in financial institutions, and in severe cases, can even destabilize entire economies, particularly in countries where corruption and organized crime operate with significant financial power. Conclusion: money laundering might sound like something out of a crime thriller, but it's a very real and surprisingly common part of the global financial system, operating quietly behind legitimate-looking transactions, businesses, and investments. Understanding how it works isn't just interesting, it's essential to understanding how illegal money manages to survive and thrive inside a legal economy. So the next time you hear about a shell company, a suspicious real estate deal, or a sudden financial crackdown in the news, you'll understand exactly what's really happening beneath the surface. If this video helped you understand how money laundering actually works, hit subscribe for more videos that break down how the financial world really works. And thanks for watching.